Good morning, students. Today we are going to start our second chapter, that is acid, bases and salt. Now, first of all, introduction to the acid. What are acids? Acids are the chemical substances which releases H plus ion in aqueous state. Remember it, which releases H plus ion in aqueous state. That means it can only show its acidic property when it is in aqueous state. If it is in concentrated state, then the acid will not release H plus ion. Now, what is base? Bases are the chemical substance which release OH minus ion in aqueous state. Remember, OH minus ion in aqueous state. Same condition goes with the bases. In concentrated state, it cannot release OH minus ion. Now, we will look for the general properties. After that, we will go for the chemical properties. General property of acid. They are sour in taste. They are bases. They are bitter in taste. Acids turns blue litmus red, whereas bases turns red litmus blue. Remember it, blue litmus red, then it is acid. If substance turns red litmus blue, then it is base. Now, indicators. What are indicators? These are the substances that indicate whether a given substance is acidic or basic by changing its color or odor. Example, litmus paper, turmeric juice, phenolphthalein, and many more are there, China rose, etc. Next, there are two types of indicators. Basically, two types of indicator: synthetic indicator and natural indicator. This I have not written here. Synthetic indicators are the indicators which are prepared in the laboratory. Now, the natural indicators, the indicators which are derived from the nature. For example, turmeric juice, red cabbage juice, China rose juice, all these are natural indicators. Now, come to our next topic, that is olfactory indicators. These are the special category of indicator which indicates whether the given substance is acidic or basic by changing its smell or odor. It only changes its smell or odor. For example, clove oil, vanilla, etc. Clove oil, vanilla, onion juice, etc. are the olfactory indicators. Now, chemical properties of acids. First of all, reaction with metal. How the acids react with metal. Acids plus metal give rise to salt and hydrogen gas is liberated. This symbol is for hydrogen gas. Example, HCl plus Na. HCl is acid, hydrochloric acid plus sodium metal give rise to sodium chloride, that is salt, and hydrogen gas is liberated. Second, how you can test this hydrogen gas whether it is liberated or not. Now, how to test the presence of hydrogen gas? If we bring a burning matchstick nearer to the mouth of the test tube, if it burns with a pop sound, then it confirms that hydrogen gas is released. Now, second, the reaction with metal oxides. Generally, metal oxides are basic in nature. They are basic in nature. So, acid plus metal oxide give rise to salt and water. Salt and water. For example, hydrochloric acid and sodium oxide give rise to sodium chloride and water, H2O. Next, reaction with base. Acid plus base give rise to salt and water. This is known as the neutralization reaction. Here, acid and base produce a neutral substance, that is salt. That's why it is called neutralization reaction. Here, example, H2SO4, sulfuric acid plus sodium hydroxide, NaOH. When react, they forms sodium sulfate, that is salt, plus water. Now, fourth property, reaction with metal carbonates or bicarbonates. How this reacts with acid? For example, HCl plus sodium carbonate. This is sodium carbonate. When react with HCl, it forms sodium chloride plus carbon dioxide and hydrogen gas is water is released. Now, when it react with the sodium bicarbonate, NaHCO3 is a sodium bicarbonate. HCl, when react with sodium bicarbonate, it gives sodium chloride, carbon dioxide and water. Now, how you check this carbon dioxide's presence? How can you check this carbon dioxide's presence? To test the presence of carbon dioxide, we can bring a burning matchstick nearer to it. If the burning matchsticks get extinguished, this confirms that carbon dioxide is released. And another test is, if this gas is passed through lime water, remember it, lime water is calcium hydroxide. If it is passed through lime water turns milky white. The color of lime water turns to milky white. Then it confirms that carbon dioxide is released. These are the properties of chemical properties of acid. Now move on to the chemical properties of bases. Reaction with metal. Generally, bases do not react with metal. Some bases, strong bases, react with metal to form a complex salt. For example, sodium hydroxide is a strong base. It reacts with zinc metal to form complex salt, that is sodium zincate, Na2ZnO2 plus hydrogen gas is liberated. The same goes like acid to test the hydrogen gas. Reaction with non-metallic oxide. Now I will tell you that non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. They are acidic in nature, and metallic oxides were basic in nature. So, base plus non-metal oxide give rise to salt and water. Now, NaOH plus CO2, that is carbon dioxide, which is non-metallic oxide, forms sodium carbonate plus water. Now, amphoteric oxides. What are amphoteric oxides? As we have discussed about the metallic oxides and non-metallic oxides, amphoteric oxide. Amphoteric oxides are metallic oxides, but they shows acidic as well as basic character both. These are called the amphoteric oxides. So, there are some metal oxides which shows both acidic as well as basic character. These are called amphoteric oxide. For example, Al2O3 and ZnO, aluminium oxide and zinc oxide. These are the two amphoteric oxides. Now, move on to the next topic, that is strength of an acid or base. How we can check whether the acid is strong or weak. For this, more the concentration of H plus ion, more acidic strength. That means if the concentration of H plus ion is more, then acidic character will be more. Similarly, more the concentration of OH minus ion, more basic strength. If the concentration of OH minus ion is more, then basic strength will be more. That means it will be more alkaline. Now next is pH scale. What is pH scale? A scale for measuring H plus ion concentration in a solution is called pH scale. This is used to measure the H plus ion concentration in a solution. This is called pH scale. Now, this pH scale consists from 0, it has a grading from 0 to 14. 0 means very acidic, 14 means very alkaline. That means if we move on the pH scale, the concentration of H plus ion will decrease while the concentration of OH minus ion from moving 0 to 14 will increase. Likewise, if from 0 to 14 we will move, the acidic character will decrease, or the basic character will increase. In case of neutral solution, the pH will be 7. If the pH of any solution is 7, that means that new substance is that solution is a neutral solution. Now, the next topic is salt. What are salts? The substance formed during the reaction of acid and base is called salt. Now, the types of salt. There are basically 3 types of salt. First one is acidic salt, neutral salt, basic salt. How this acidic salt is formed? If the strong acid react with weak base, WB means weak base, not West Bengal. So, strong acid when react with weak base, the salt which obtained is of acidic character. Now, neutral salt. When the acid is strong and base is strong, the salt obtained will be neutral. Likewise, when weak acid and weak base react, they forms the neutral salt. Now, basic salt. What is basic salt? The product of weak acid and strong base is a basic salt. Now, brine. We move on to the brine. An aqueous solution of NaCl, that is sodium chloride, it is a salt, is called brine. That means a simple solution of sodium chloride, salt, in water is called brine. When electric current is passed through brine, it decomposes to form NaOH, chlorine gas, hydrogen gas. Now, as during this process, sodium hydroxide, that is an alkali, and chlorine gas is formed, this process is also known as chlor-alkali process. NaCl reaction, NaCl aqueous state, when electric current is passed, it decomposes to form NaOH, alkali, chlorine gas and hydrogen gas. Now, our next topic, that is, we have seen during the electrolysis of brine, what we have obtained? We have obtained sodium hydroxide, alkali, chlorine gas and hydrogen gas. Now, these products can be used to obtain the other substituent products like this and this. So, first of all, which we are obtaining, that is bleaching powder. The chlorine gas which is obtained during the chlor-alkali process can be used to form the bleaching powder. When this chlorine gas is passed through quicklime, that is calcium hydroxide, it forms calcium oxychloride, which is also known as bleaching powder and water. Now, there are many uses of bleaching powder. It is used in paper industries to bleach the paper. It is used in garment industry, and there are many more uses. It is also used for the disinfecting the water because it releases chlorine gas which kills the germs. Now, second is baking soda. The baking soda is obtained by the reaction when sodium chloride, water, carbon dioxide and NH3 react together. They forms NH4Cl, that is ammonium chloride, and NaHCO3. NaHCO3 is baking soda whose chemical name is sodium bicarbonate. Now, what happens? What are the uses of this baking soda? There are many uses of baking soda. It is used for making the breads fluffy, for making the pakoras crispy and etc. Now, how this makes the bread fluffy? When this sodium hydrogen carbonate is heated, it releases the carbon dioxide gas which gives the fluffiness to the bread to the cake, etc. Now next, washing soda. How this washing soda is obtained? Washing soda, that is sodium carbonate plus water, 10 water molecules forms the Na2CO3 dot 10H2O. That is sodium carbonate decahydrated. Decahydrated. This is washing soda's chemical name. Now later on we will discuss what this dot 10H2O will signifies. This 10H2O is called water of crystallization. We will discuss later on. Now next is plaster of Paris. What is plaster of Paris? Plaster of Paris is obtained from the gypsum. That is gypsum. This is gypsum. This is gypsum. Calcium sulfate semihydrate. That is gypsum. When heated at 373 Kelvin, it loses 1.5 molecule of water to form the POP, that is plaster of Paris, whose chemical name is calcium sulfate hemihydrate. Yes, now water of crystallization. What is water of crystallization? It is the fixed number of water molecule present in 1 formula unit mass of the salt. Remember it? Number of water molecules present in 1 formula unit mass of salt. It is always fixed. For example, Na2CO3.10H2O. Na2CO3.10H2O. Here dot 10H2O represents the 10 water molecules. This signifies that the Na2 formula in mass of Na2CO3 will contain 10 molecule of water in the form of crystal. CuSO4.5H2O, copper sulfate pentahydrate. That means 1 formula unit mass of copper sulfate will contain the 5 molecules of water, due to which its color is blue. Due to the presence of this 5 water molecule, the color of the copper sulfate is blue. If this copper sulfate pentahydrate is dry heated, the salt will lose its water molecule, due to which the color of this blue solid will turn to white. This blue color can be obtained again by adding the few drops of water molecule. This signifies that the color of copper sulfate pentahydrate is blue due to the presence of 5 water molecules. So this is all about your acid, bases and salt. I hope you will understand, and if you have any queries and doubts, you can call me.